I call this meeting of the Iowa State Student Government Senate to order at 6:03 p.m. We will begin with roll call. Iona Dimhoff. Grafe. Jones. Utica. Miller. Cocoon. Dahmen. Corshi. Bailey. Hartley. Margret. Nandal. Persley. Kuzi. Gardy. Saney. Graybill. Valenzuela. Lima Barbosa. Einwalter. Schilling. Heilbuth. Stranaski. Martins. Fliggy. Kabir. Now moving to the Pledge of Allegiance, led by our Sergeant at Arms.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
With no program, we'll move into open forum. Open forum is an opportunity to discuss issues relevant to the student body. If you're here for open forum, I invite you to the podium at this time. We'll now move to adopting the agenda, if there's a motion to do so. Is there a second? Withdraw.
Motion to add 2026-3-012F at the bottom of new business.
There's been a motion to add 2026-3-012F to the bottom of new business. It's been seconded. Are there any objections? We're back to the agenda as a whole. Is there a motion to approve it? So moved and seconded. Are there any objections? We'll now move to approval of the minutes. Is there a motion to approve the minutes? Is there a second? Are there any objections? Now move to committee reports, starting with rules.
Rules met last night at 6:30 p.m. We just finished the Constitution and are sending it to the executive and judicial branch for review, and you'll see that on first read next week. We're excited to continue our work.
Finance.
All right, so Finance met on Thursday and we'll meet again tomorrow. The main thing that I've been doing, as well as the committee, was the annual allocation info sessions. So basically signing up as many organizations as possible for annual allocations. Last year, we set a record for post-COVID number of organizations with 81. This year, we've already had 92 sign up. So easily broke the record there. And in addition to that, you will see, I think in total it's 10 finance bills between first read and second read. So just please be reading those. And if you have any questions about things finance related, just let me know.
PR.
Hello? Okay. Hey everyone. So some of the most relevant things we have for PR. We had our first meeting on Friday. We'll have our next meeting Friday at 5:30, room 2210 if you'd like to come. We had a pretty busy day on the social media today. It was Iowa State Day on the Hill. And so all the content that was posted, please make sure you repost it because again, it helps strengthen our algorithm and it really pushes things out to non-student government followers. Additionally, we have a couple of outreach opportunities. The first one being on Monday. Director Baumler will send out some more information, but there is going to be another pop-up event where you can come and volunteer and get your outreach credits. So please come to that. Again, any content that is posted for that, please make sure you're reposting it on our stories, because this page itself is not going to reach as many people without you. So thank you.
Idea?
Hey everyone, so the IDEA committee met this Monday again, and one of the few projects that we are planning to work on this semester is a workshop or seminar regarding entrepreneurship opportunities or business planning for international students. So we were brainstorming people we could reach out to regarding that, and we also attended a seminar hosted by the Papa John Center for Entrepreneurship, and we basically talked to them about the idea we had, and they seemed very interested. So we've just been in talks with them about this, and that's about it. Thank you.
Events?
Hi everyone. So last Thursday we had the AI at ISU midpoint check-in. So it's super great to see all the teams at that and get to see a little bit more about the AI platforms that they were working on developing. Our committee will be meeting next Wednesday at 5:30, and we're just going to meet in the common space outside the student government office. So we're really excited to get to start working with everyone and then start working a little bit more on the inauguration/banquet, and then the AI at ISU finale as well.
Local affairs?
Hi everyone, Emily couldn't be here tonight because she's at City Council for their budgeting meetings this week. However, she does have a scheduling update for the joint City Council meeting with the Ames City Council. So we will now be having that on February 25th, so 3 weeks from today, 5 to 7 in the sunroom. And she also thanks everyone for writing out the topic requests on the whiteboard in the office. She'll be back next Wednesday, so if there's any questions before then, just reach out to her with a Teams message.
Sustainability?
Hey guys, so we met tonight, and we have a lot of projects cooking up in the mix, so hopefully we'll be able to tell you about that later this semester. Otherwise, we did get our Green Initiative Fund passed through finance last week, so yay.
Health and wellness?
Okay, we met on Monday at 7:30. We did find out that for our mental health event, which there is a bill tonight for that, I think it's on second read, and but the ISU PD is going to be willing to bring in therapy or their dogs to that event, and then counseling services is also going to be doing a Q&A also after the speaker that day if this gets passed. So just please vote for it. Amaya has put a lot of work into it, and we're all super excited for it.
Legislative ambassadors?
All right, guys, today, as Josie mentioned, we were at the Capitol. Everything went great. We had a few meetings planned ahead of time with some legislators, and we also were able to catch a few in between their meetings and chat with them about our legislative priorities. So if you have interest going to legislative ambassadors again and you're not on the legislative ambassadors committee currently, talk to Emily, because that committee has an infinite number of seats, and it's a really cool way to get kind of civically involved.
Comments from the judicial branch?
Hey y'all, good to be here. So I, effective as of about 6 p.m. last night, am stepping down as the chief officer. I'll still be on the court, but we will be going through the process of electing a new chief officer here soon. It's just kind of standard, you know, usually a chief officer passes it on after a semester. But we've got a couple people vying for the position. They're all looking very promising, very eager, and I'm excited to have you guys hear what they plan to do.
Comments from the advisor?
Nothing to share.
Nothing to share. Comments from the executive branch.
All right, guys. Colby's so sorry that he's not able to be here tonight, but he's out of town and he will be for the rest of the week. So if you're needing any of assistance or in any way, shape, or form, just email or message him on Teams. Exec has been busy finishing up all the final details for Big 12 on the Hill, which is just 2 weeks away. Super exciting. And we're very grateful and excited to host this event this year and showcase all of our hard work. As a reminder, if you have feedback about the Dean of Student Search, please let Colby know and he'll pass it on to the search committee. Thanks and have a great week.
We'll begin with 2026-3-001F, funding the West Coast Swing Club with Senator Jones.
Hey everyone, we had this bill in Finance Committee last Thursday, and it was sent favorably from Finance Committee, so we have a representative for the West Coast Swing. Will you come up to the lectern and tell us about your bill?
Hi, I'm Ren Freeman. I'm the treasurer for the West Coast Swing Club. We have free lessons and social dances in Forker 0196 every Wednesday and Friday. And with this semester's, last semester's change to $30 per room registration, we can't afford to continue doing these. So we're hoping to get student government funding for this. We got it last semester.
Senator Kuzi.
We've had a lot of clubs come in and express their frustration. Are you frustrated that Rec Services is now charging?
I would say that it's frustrating just because it adds a lot of administrative stuff for me, because in the end, the result has been the same, which is that the club is not charging people for this, and like we're not paying for it, but I come in and do the meetings to ask for this funding.
Sure. Did you have to change any numbers like less practices because of this, or not so much?
No, we didn't change our numbers.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Call the question and seconded. Are there any objections? Closing comments? No closing comments. We'll move forward with a roll call vote. Iano Dimhoff? Grafe? Jones? Utica? Miller? Kikun? Dahmen? Corshi? Bailey? Hartley? Margaret? Nandal? Pursley? Kuzi? Gardy? Saini? Graybill? Valenzuela? Lima Barbosa? Einwalter? Schilling? Hyobuth? Yes. Cernaski? Martins? Fliggy? Kabir? Vote of 26 to 0 to 0, the bill passes. We'll now move to 2026-3-002F, funding for Cyclone Stampede Rodeo. Senator Saini.
We saw this bill in Finance Committee last week and passed it favorably to the Senate. And this bill is for Cyclone Stampede, and I would encourage the representatives to come at the podium and speak about their bill.
Hi, my name is Lindy Kramer. I'm the treasurer for the Iowa State Rodeo Club. We are asking for this funding to help us put on Cyclone Stampede Rodeo, which is the last weekend in March. Iowa State and the Rodeo Club has the last student-run rodeo in the nation. So this funding helps us to be able to hold our event.
Speaker Pursley.
Okay, Senators, this event is really cool. I don't know if any of you guys have been, but if you haven't yet, you should go to this event. Could you tell us a little bit more about what happens at the event?
So this is a 3-performance rodeo. So we start Friday night at 7 o'clock. This is a full production rodeo, so saddle broncs, bareback, barrels, goat tying, bull riding, steer wrestling, tie-down roping. This is comprised of athletes from the Great Plains region, students ranging from Colorado, South Dakota, North Dakota, Nebraska, Wisconsin, Minnesota. So all of these athletes come here and compete to then make the short go on Saturday night, which is our 7 o'clock performance Saturday night, to then win points towards the College National Finals Rodeo, which is held in Casper, Wyoming in June.
Been called to question and seconded. Are there any objections? Closing comments? Forward with a roll call vote. Iona Dimhoff? Grafe? Jones? Utica? Miller? Cocoon? Dahman? Corshi? Bailey? Hartley? Margret? Nandal? Pursley? Kuzi? Gardy? Saini? Graybill? Valenzuela? Lima Barbosa? Einwalter? Schilling? Hyobuth? Cernaski? Martins? Fliggy? Kabir? One more time. Abstain? With a vote of 25 to 0 to 1, the bill passes.
Thank you.
We'll now move to 2026-3-004F, funding for AFLIC event with Senator Lima Barbosa.
So we started at Finance last week. It's a very cool organization, a very important club for me. I invite them to go to the podium and speak about their bill.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kingsley Okoli, Vice President AFLEC, and I have the treasurer here. It's a little bit sick. So this event, we are holding a hackathon where we intend to bring all Iowa State students, both undergrad and graduate students, to come present ideas. This time around, we're trying to solve an African problem and also a global challenge. So we need ideas from everybody, so we're seeking for funds to fund our food. Thank you.
Senator Grafe.
Hi, so I'm on Local Affairs Committee, and currently Senator Lauren Neal is spearheading running a multicultural fest in downtown Ames, potentially. Would your organization have any interest in being a part of that?
Which organization again?
Local Affairs Committee, it's a part of student government, and it would be a multicultural fest in downtown Ames. Basically tabling, serving food, stuff like that.
Sure, we'd love to get a request or a letter to follow up with that.
Okay, awesome, thank you.
Hello, everyone. I would like to voice my support for this bill. This is an organization I'm part of, and I think it's an organization that is doing very great work. And this coming event is going to be a very important opportunity for professional development for AFLEC members, and also even for the general student community here, especially the hackathon aspect. So please vote yes. I will be abstaining since I'm part of the organization. Thank you.
Senator Corshi.
Okay, hi. I'm also part of this organization, so I would probably not vote, but I would like you to expound a little bit on what the program is about. You mentioned that you are trying to solve an African and global problem, so.
Right. Thank you so much. So because it's a hackathon, we wouldn't want to reveal what the theme is because it's going to be made known on the day of the event. But we're partnering with lots of international organizations, the United Nations, the ACA, Africa Circular Economy Alliance, and the United Nations Environmental Program as well. So because we don't want to make it known, so everybody will have a level playing ground, we would be making the team or the challenge on that particular day. But the whole idea is that we're trying to solve an African problem, getting ideas from students, and not just solving the idea, we want to see that we actually implement the problem, the solutions the students have actually recommended. I don't know if that gives flesh to it.
Senator Iona Dimhoff.
Thank you so much for coming and talking to us tonight. What day is this event?
This is March 6th.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, but registration is open from 1st of February to 20th of February. We should be getting a mass email soon from IT.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Been called to question and seconded. Are there any objections? Closing comments? Nope. We'll begin with a roll call vote. Just as a reminder, an abstention counts as a no. Iona Dimhoff? Grafe? Jones? Utica? Miller? Cocoon? Dahman? Quershi? Bailey? Hartley? Margaret? Nandal? Pursley? Kuzi? Gardy? Saini? Graybill? Valenzuela? Lima Barbosa? Einwalter? Schilling? Haubuth? Cernaski? Martins? Fliggy? Kabir? The vote of 26 to 0 to 0, the bill passes.
Thank you.
We'll now move to 2026-3-005F, funding student government polos and name tags with Senator Nandal.
Okay, so this bill is funding polos and name tags for new senators who haven't gotten their name tags and polos yet, and this bill was passed favorably by Finance Committee.
It's been called in question and seconded. Are there any objections? Closing comments? Now move forward with a roll call vote. Iona Dimhoff. Grafe. Jones. Utica. Miller. Cocoon. Dahman. Quershi. Bailey. Hartley. Margaret. Nandal. Pursley. Kuzi. Gardy. Saini, Graybill, Valenzuela, Lima Barbosa, Einwalter, Schilling, Hiobuth, Cernaski, Martins, Fliggy, Kabir. With a vote of 26 to 0 to 0, the bill passes. 25 to 0 to 1. 25 to 0 to 1. Clap again. We'll now move to 2026-3-006F, funding the Black Student Alliance Club with Senator Jones.
Hi, everyone. We saw this bill in Finance Committee on first read last Thursday, and I invite to come speak at the lectern about your bill.
Good evening. My name is Tavian Bragg. I am the president of the Black Student Alliance here on campus in place of my treasurer, who cannot be here because he is working tonight. We have asked the student government to fund our Black Business Expo, which will be happening next Thursday on February 12th to celebrate our Black History Month week, or for the Culture Week, as we're calling it, where we're having a week-long events to help celebrate Black history and the culture, welcoming all of you and inviting all of you personally if you want to show up. But the Black Business Expo will give us the opportunity to connect our community with Black entrepreneurs who are coming from various communities to come in and talk about their entrepreneurship, hopefully building professionality in the business skills and giving us a good time to enjoy the culture and enjoy our products of Black self-entrepreneurs. We are asking funding to help with the catering at our event.
It's been called to question and seconded. Are there any objections? Closing comments? Now move forward with a roll call vote. Iona Dimhoff. Grafe. Jones. Utica. Miller. Cocoon. Dahman. Quershi. Bailey. Hartley. Margaret. Nandal. Pursley. Kuzi, Gardy, Saini, Graybill, Valenzuela, Lima Barbosa, Einwalter, Schilling, Heilbuth, Cernaski, Martins, Fliggy, Kabir. A vote of 26 to 0 to 0, the bill passes.
Thank y'all.
We'll now move to 2028-3-009F, renewing the parking ticket relief program with Senator Saini. Says 2028 on my agenda. You know, I see 2028. Okay. Senator Saini? 2026-3-007F, funding for the Health and Wellness Committee mental health event.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm super excited about this. I just wanted to kind of start off talking about why I think this is important. Mental health has probably affected all of you or someone you love at some point, but sadly it's something we don't talk about enough, and there's still a really prevalent stigma surrounding it. In Legislative Ambassadors, we learned that 4 out of 5 students at Iowa State specifically say mental health is the top impediment to their academic success. So this event plans to promote mental health resources on campus for students, as well as increase awareness on mental health. So this speaker is from Missouri, and he talks across campuses across the state, and he's kind of trying to expand his platform. And he talks about losing his best friend to mental health and kind of what he's learned through that and what he thinks other people can gain through that. So we're also going to partner with the Committee on Lectures to kind of increase support for this event and really get students out, because that's what we want. So they're going to provide extra credit opportunities, and we're also going to partner with PR and other sources to get the word out. And then, like Riley said, we're partnering with ISU PD, and they're going to bring therapy dogs and then student counseling services. And we're looking at a couple other organizations to just table and kind of show what Iowa State has to offer in terms of mental health. Yeah.
Speaker Pursley.
Well, I would just like to applaud Senator Graybill on her project. It's really exciting to see a senator work so hard on a project and follow through, and we're really proud of all your hard work and excited for this event.
Senator Kuzi.
Yeah, just echoing that. Looks like a great project. Fully in support of it. I'm just curious. Maybe this could go to the finance director as well. Is there health and wellness budget that could go to this as well?
Given the cost and the reservation, the health and wellness budget wouldn't be able to cover this total amount. And just given all of the things associated with it, it made way more sense to go through one of the accounts that Senate would be approving.
Okay, and just follow up. I agree with that. I think that's a good idea. Do you know how much is in that account?
Not off the top of my head, if I'm being honest.
Sounds good.
Call the question and second it. Are there any objections? Closing comments? Okay. Now move forward with a roll call vote. Iona Dimhoff? Grafe? Jones? Utica? Miller? Kikun? Daman? Quirshi? Bailey? Hartley? Margaret? Nandal? Pursley? Kuzi? Gardy? Saini? Graybill? Valenzuela? Lima Barbosa? Einwalter? Schilling? Heilbuth? Cernaski? Martins? Fliggy? Kabir. Vote of 26 to 0 to 0, the bill passes. Vice Speaker Hartley? Motion to add Senator Bernal to the roll. It's been seconded. Are there any objections? We'll now move to 2026-3-006F, funding. Yeah. We'll now move to 2026-3-009F, renewing the parking ticket relief program with Senator Saney.
We saw this bill in last finance committee, and it's a great bill, and yeah, we sent it super favorably, I guess, to the Senate, yeah.
Speaker Pursley.
How many people have utilized the parking ticket relief fund so far? Do we have that stat?
I would yield my time to Finance Director Kemmeyer for that.
Give us a minute. Yeah. Okay, I'll say that we've at least paid around $3,500 in parking tickets, which is a lot. The last 2 times that I've gone to pay for parking tickets, I call them the largest parking tickets given at Iowa State because I had to pay for one that was $790, and then the one before winter break was $750. So, yeah, and that's not all from one ticket, as much as parking division would love to do that.
And then my other question is, has this already been expanded to volunteering at other locations on campus?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Senator Margaret.
I'll be quick, I promise. I was just curious what other groups we've expanded the volunteer opportunities to. If you have that handy.
Yeah, so at this point, we've expanded to the Gardens. Sloss House just very recently partnered with us, as well as Raising Readers as a group. There's one more that's escaping me, if anyone knows. There's another one. I feel like I'm forgetting it, but we have expanded, and some groups have expressed interest in partnering with us as they've been seeing like the daily articles and stuff about it. So it's been well received from groups on and around campus.
It's been called to question and seconded. Are there any objections? Closing comments? None. Move forward with a roll call vote. Iona Dimhoff? Yes. Grafe? Yes. Jones? Utica? Miller? Kikun? Dahman? Corshi? Bailey? Hartley? Margaret? Nandal? Pursley? Kuzi? Gardy? Saney? Graybill? Bernal? Valenzuela? Lima Barbosa? Einwalter? Schilling? Heilbuff? Srinaski? Martins? Fliggy? Kabir? With a vote of 27 to 0 to 0, the bill passes. We'll now move to 2026-3-002Y, restructuring senator credit requirements with Speaker Pursley.
Hello, everyone. This bill is very long and wordy, so bear with me as I kind of go over it with you guys. So, Rules Committee noticed from our survey and collecting responses to the Cardinal Credit Pilot Program that it was not working quite as we intended it to. You can see the whereas clause, the accumulation of nonfeasances that would need to be issued to senators for incompletion would be over 30 nonfeasances. But we realized that this significant number is mostly due to lack of understanding and confusion with the Cardinal Credit Program. We understand that it was a confusing system for senators and there's room for improvement. We have also heard from new and returning senators that there's been confusion over outreach credits. We've spoken with our Director of Outreach, Harley Bondler, and we think that it would fit better as a responsibility of the leaders of the legislative branch to monitor outreach credits from the senators. So, enacted in this bill is waiving the nonfeasances accumulated with the Cardinal Credit Program, taking the Cardinal Credit Program out of the bylaws, and that'll give us time to think about a new program for opportunities for senators in the meantime. And then as well, it'll change over the duty of recording outreach credits from the Director of Outreach to the Vice Speaker. Let me know if you have any questions.
Senator Grafe.
Just curious, and it's okay if you don't have any ideas at the moment, but what are the plans to restructure the program?
Yeah, so we've had a lot of talk in Rules Committee about this, and we're open to other suggestions. But one of the ideas right now is potentially doing a project-based plan where senators will work on a capstone project throughout the year. You know, it would be putting on an event or doing something for your constituents. It could be big or small, and you would work with the Speaker and Vice Speaker team throughout each session to check in, see how it's going with your project, and then at the end of the term, we would all present what we worked on to each other.
Senator Kuzi.
I really like that idea in specific. I know we've talked a lot personally about that. What message or what image does this give to the senator who, and this is not an individual, but somebody who knowingly didn't do these things, you know, waiving the nonfeasance, you know, and what does that say to the people who did do them or did do projects additionally to their duties, you know, as being a member of this room?
Yeah, that's a hard question and something that we really had to think about. You know, we don't really want to be waiving nonfeasances all the time. That's not really the best practice. We want to make sure that senators are doing their duties and doing what's required of them in the bylaws. But as Speaker and Vice Speaker, we also want to make sure that we're doing our due diligence in clarity and making sure senators know what's required of them, what they're supposed to do. And I think that for me, I had a hard time communicating cardinal credits just because of how complicated they were. And I think that carried over to people's understanding of them. But I will yield the rest of my time to Vice Speaker Hartley.
I agree. I feel like we don't want to remove those nonfeasances all the time. I feel like it's very hard to have those conversations with people, but we've been definitely doing our best ability to do those hard conversations. I don't have much more.
I guess what I'd be curious on for the future, right? The past is past, right? But for the future, in your next solution to this, would you consider, you know, something that separates the choice of not doing something or the timing of not, you know, having enough time in your schedule to do something and then choosing not to, just so we know that there's that difference, like what we see now, but have to inevitably waive?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think that that's definitely something that could be considered because we know we have busy students that aren't able to dedicate all of their time to a project, and that's completely understandable. I think what's important is communicating with each other, and I think that's definitely something that's been happening this last semester. A lot of senators have been communicating with us when they're unable to do something, and continuing having that set up as a please communicate with me. Your student life is important as well. We're not going to just expect you to put all of your time and then get nonfeasances because you had an exam. So I think also I hope that the senators that we have elected and that we also seat are not the type of people who would be willing to just push their duties aside.
And I think that that's a really hard judgment to make, but that's also why we have those censure and removal processes in our bylaws.
I will also say that with more of a project style, you know, if everyone is coming together to present on everything that they worked so hard on throughout the semester, and someone else just didn't do it for the sake of not doing it, it's going to be very obvious because they're going to have nothing to present that they worked on throughout the year. And so that kind of gives accountability in that way.
Yeah, I remember talking about that with you, and that was a very key moment of that idea. The 30 nonfeasances that would have been issued, were you seeing communication with those people, or was that of the people who were able to complete, you know, what was asked?
Those nonfeasances specifically were from the cardinal credits. I guess I was more referring to absences and things. The credit, I think that mostly was problem with submitting those. And I think that that specific setup just wasn't working and wasn't making sense. And I think punishing people for not understanding something is just not in the best taste.
There were some people that did the work but did not understand really how to submit their work, so there was a loss of communication there.
Thank you.
Senator Iona Dimhoff.
I love the idea of the cardinal credit system, and I know the pilot system didn't go exactly how we thought it would, so I just want to say thank you to Speaker Persley and Vice Speaker Hartley for listening to us and taking what our feedback was and really reconstructing it to something that will make us a better organization overall, make us a stronger Senate. So thank you for listening to our concerns and working hard on trying to find a new solution.
It's been called to question and seconded. Are there any objections? Closing comments? Move forward with a roll call vote. Placard vote has been called for. Roll call. Senator Iona Dimhoff? Yes. Grafe? Yes. Jones? Yes. Utica? Yes. Miller? Cocoon? Dahmen? Corshi? Bailey? Hartley? Margaret? Nandal? Persley? Kuzi? Gardy? Saney? Graybill? Bernal? Valenzuela? Lima Barbosa? Einwalter? Schilling? Hiobuth? Srnaski? Martins? Fliggy? Kabir? The vote of 22 to 1 to 3, the bill passes. We'll now move to new business, starting with 2026-3-010F, funding the Puerto Rican Student Association with Senator Jones.
Hi, everyone. This bill is on first read. We'll see it on Finance Committee tomorrow. If you have any questions, give me yes or no questions.
We'll now move to 2026-3-011F, funding for robot in 3 days, not in 3 days, with Senator Saney.
This bill will be seen in the Finance Committee next week, and I can answer any yes or no questions.
Motion to remove Senator Hybeth off the roll call.
There's been a motion to remove Senator Hybeth off the roll. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Speaker Persley.
Is the robot in 3 days?
Yes.
Seeing no further discussion, we'll move to Speaker Persley.
We have a friendly. This was introduced today, so Senator Saini, could you change that to February 4th, please?
Seeing no further discussion, we'll move to 2026-3-012F, Funding Iranian Students and Scholars Association with Senator Lima Barbosa.
So we're gonna check this bill tomorrow at Finance Committee at 5:30 here at MEO, and I can answer yes or no questions.
Seeing no further discussion, Senator Srnaski.
Are we going to have 250 comedians, or can we change that number?
Yeah, I'll change this. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. I guess the same with the decorations in the hotel.
Yep, thanks.
Thank you.
Seeing no further discussion, are there any closing comments? Vice Speaker Hartley.
Well, I'm very excited to be back. I missed Senate a lot. Please be sure to do your office hours this week, and if you'd like to declare a recurring one, be sure to message me. And then also, our Chief of Staff sent a form in the team's general chat for the Faculty Senate joint meeting, and it's just asking if you will be in attendance, because that will determine what room we will be needing to have reserved. So please be sure to respond to that. Excited for a productive semester with everyone.
Speaker Persley.
Thanks for a productive meeting, everyone. I just wanted to remind senators that the Senate retreat is on Saturday, this Saturday from 3 to 5 in Cybele and Billiards. We'll be breaking it up into the fun portion and then also workshops and learning things that will also be fun. I'm excited to see you all there, and please Teams message me if you can't go, because emails get lost. Thanks. Motion to adjourn. Go Cyclones.
There's a second? Any objections? Ciao.